Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today's video is going to be a bit of a touchier subject. It's going to be a tough one to talk about, and that's the Wilbur Soot and the Shubble drama. And if you don't know what's going on with that, I can just briefly explain it for you. Shubble went on live stream and just made it about talking about her abuser, and that abuser being Wilbur Soot. Now, at first she never mentioned the name of Wilbur, but it was pretty obvious it was Wilbur. A lot of people kind of confirmed and made it clear, and then obviously Wilbur recently just responded to the thing. So it was Wilbur, okay? I'm not going to sit here and try to talk about that part of it. It was Wilbur, but she talked about how he wasn't physical, but he would bite her and it would be painful, and he would go past a safe word, and he would just, in general, he would just do some fucked up shit. He was fucked up for this. You know what I mean? He was biting the shit out of her to the point of pain and suffering, and it genuinely like hurt her, okay?
I needed him to really stop biting so hard. I didn't like it, and I tried telling him over and over again because he wasn't actually trying at all to not hurt me. But he said he would try at first. And then he started saying things like, it was my pain tolerance that was too low, or I'm exaggerating how much it actually hurts. He's not even biting that hard. I'm being dramatic. But his biting escalated to a point where I was covered in bruises all over my arms, and they hurt, and he would poke at them for fun. And he even felt so comfortable showing off my bruises that he had caused to our friends because he would bite me so hard by accident. By accident, he would even joke that it looked like he abused me.
And Wilbur responded to this. Now, here, I'll put the response up on the screen for you. I don't want to read every inch of it. I could kind of briefly explain it to you and read the parts that I think are most important, that being these. During our relationship's final months, I regrettably became slobbish, disrespectful, and selfish. These actions caused a lot of pain to my ex-girlfriend, and I've since sought therapy to address these behaviors, making significant lifestyle changes to rectify my past actions. I've come to realize how much my past behavior hurt this person, but I truly, compassionately believe I have made great strides from the person I once was, and hope I can continue to grow and improve on this trajectory. And then, this is the other part that I wanted to talk about. The allegations of abuse, particularly in the form of biting, deeply shocked me. Throughout our relationship, I understood from our numerous conversations and text messages exchanges on the subject that this behavior was consensual, playful, and reciprocally enjoyed. I truly believe those personal message exchanges reflect mutual affection and understanding. Out of respect for her, I choose not to publish them, and I emphasize my perspective is not shared to diminish or invalidate someone's feelings. Those are the parts I wanted to talk about, because the remainder of it is just straight up him basically just saying, yeah, I have a biting problem and I bit her, and just him saying that I'm sorry, basically, and that he's trying to be a better person. And I'm gonna kind of be the middle ground here. I want to be the middle ground and just say that there is no proof. The reason why I say there's no proof is because he talks about how they shared numerous conversations and text messages of her basically saying that it's okay and that it was consensual, stuff like that. But obviously in hers, she was saying that he was going past the safe word. Even after she said the safe word, he would still go past it. So there's no evidence to show that, like, oh, he was not respecting her boundaries or she was not making it clear enough to him. There's nothing to show for. Now, I will say this. Do not attack Shubble and do not attack Wilbur. Shubble is technically a victim, okay? He admitted to doing fucked up shit, like biting the living shit out of her, okay? He admitted to biting her, is what he's saying. He's admitting to biting her. Maybe not the living shit out of her, but he was admitting to it. And from her description, it was pretty bad. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't hate on Shubble, yeah, okay? He's admitting to it. He's admitting it happened, and show support to her at least. I feel like showing support to Shubble is okay, but what I'm upset with is that the community, this community, of course, they're part of the DSMP community, so you kind of understand how it works. All of Twitter is calling this guy, you know, the worst things possible. There's even people calling him a pedophile just because he was friends with minors. That's how bad this community is, and that's what pisses me off about this community. I get it. Wilbur did something fucked up, but in this response, he's making it clear that he's sought therapy, right? And if he truly is, that's the best thing he can do to be a better person. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing more he can do than do that. I will say this. Yes, what he did is bad, but he's not on the same level as guys who literally beat the living shit out of their wives or their girlfriends. He bit her. End of story. He bit the shit out of her, and that's not okay. It's not good, and it's bad, and he should be criticized and hated on for it, okay? He should be. He deserves a little bit of hate, a little bit of criticism, but the amount amount of hate that is being thrown his way is just ungodly. It is bad. And I can't show respect for it. I can't, because for one, there's really not even evidence. There's no proof of anything. We're just going off of what she says. And yes, he confirmed it. But again, there's no proof of a safe word. There's no proof of boundaries being pushed. There's no proof of it. None. And I just can't help but emphasize enough that you can't just jump the gun and call Wilbur all of these horrible things without substantial evidence or proof or something. Like I said, show Shubble some support, because I think she deserves to be shown some support. She really does. She went through something sad and not good. I don't support what Wilbur did. I don't. If he's admitting to doing it, I do not support it. And I genuinely think he should be criticized, okay? Not saying don't diminish her, don't make her feel less of, like as if she did something bad for coming out about this. She's allowed to come out about it. She's allowed to talk about it. I'm not saying that just because she didn't show proof, she's not allowed to talk about it, okay? It's hard to prove like abuse. It's really hard to prove something that's physical, that's happening in a moment, okay? I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's really hard to prove something that's happening in the moment right there, okay? So let her speak her truth. Let her talk about her situation and what happened to her. But what annoys me is that you got one group of the people saying, fuck Shubble, she's a horrible person for trying to frame this guy. Lyrics. And then you have the other group that's basically just calling Wilbur like heinous, horrible things, even though it's an incident of biting, which is bad, but there's no proof of any of the claims made that are saying that there's, safe word, there was a safe word and he pushed boundaries and he would do it anyways. There's no proof. There's nothing. Like I said, show support to the victim. That's fine, but don't go out of your way to show excess amount of hate to Wilbur. I think that's just idiotic and just terrible. And it doesn't make you any better of a person. I mean, I say this, but that community is god awful. But it clearly states and shows that this community is just, it's so fucking terrible. That's really all I wanted to emphasize, is that this community in itself is fucking god awful. And I just hate how their philosophy is on this. Like, again, before I sign off, yes, show support to Shelby. She deserves it. She needs it. But then after that, just leave it alone, okay? Leave it be. Leave it alone. If you don't want to support Wilbur, don't support him. Move on from him. End of story. That's all I wanted to say. And yeah, I guess that'll be it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.